not. Hey gang, how's it going? And today I'm going to go over New Year's resolution idea number 9, and that is to live within your means. And let's just jump right on into it, shall we? One thing to do is to make an estimate of your monthly income, and if you have kind of a funky let's say you're self-employed, so every month is different, the best thing to do is to take the past 3 months income and average that as your basic monthly income, and if anything, underestimate. Also, you need to make a list of I can't talk. I've been talking all morning, and now my mouth is broke. It cannot keep up with what's going on up in here. Anyways, you need to create a list of essentials like groceries, your bills, your gas, kind of those things that you absolutely need. Create a list of them and create how much you technically need monthly for all that, and also include your taxes. Record your monthly expenditures, and you don't have to be like, if you want, you could be super detailed in this, but you could say, oh, I spent $10 at this place and I spent about $20 at this place, and maybe just make it like a little rough estimate just to see where all your money is going. That way it's laid out for you, and after you have a list of all your expenditures of things that you need and the things that you want or that you spend that aren't technically essential, compare that to how much you are making a month. And if you are in the green and if you have money left over, then you're doing good. If you are just balancing out, then you aren't having enough money to save, if saving is what you want to do. Or if you're in the red, then you need to see, hi neighbor, you need to see if there are things that you need to cut out, to cut back, so that you're not constantly in the red or constantly in debt. There are always cheaper options on getting the things that you want without having to pay the expensive price. A lot of things you can do is you can wait for sales. You can buy a cheaper brand of something, or you can use coupons. There's a lot of ways you can get what you want, but for cheaper. Living within your means means that you got less stress. So when those bills come in and you're laying them out on the table, you can pay for them all. And not only that, you have money set aside so that when there is an emergency, you're not fretting and you're not wigging out wondering how in the world you're going to be able to get this money to pay for these emergencies. Living within your means is definitely more beneficial to you than trying to keep up with the Joneses. Now, let's say that you are constantly in the red, not because you are spending money on the things that you absolutely want, but it's more because of the things you need, and you just aren't making enough money to pay for the things that you need. And a few things you can do is you can get a job if you don't already have one, or you can get an extra job or work extra hours. You could ask for a raise. If you have people living with you that can qualify to work for a job, you can ask them to help you pay the bills, or you can do some things on the side. Maybe if you have a hobby that you really like to do, then you can maybe do something with your hobby and sell those things. I had a friend in college, and she just got married, and her husband were living under those really tight college incomes where they didn't have very much money. So what she did was a couple times a week, she would bring in these huge pans full of these ginormous and delicious cinnamon rolls, and she charged $2 a cinnamon roll, and they were gone like that. She would make a lot of money just baking cinnamon rolls. It's also good to save money. Sometimes it's not fun to save money, especially when you have this extra money and you really want this brand new TV, but it's worth it in the end when something happens and your car breaks down. Understanding that one, you will be so much happier that you saved that money instead of spent it on that TV. Like, a basic way of how to save money is to just get a money jar, and every day at the end of the day, throw your extra dollars and your extra change into it and leave it. Don't touch it. And let that fill up, and then when it's full, then you can cash it out, and then you've got extra money. For instance, we went on a cruise. I did a video about it, and we saved up money for our cruise, and we had a little stash of cash to use for fun during our cruise, and right before our cruise happened, our alternator and the computer in our car just went out. And while we had the money to spend on our car, instead we got our money jar and cashed it, and we had almost exactly the amount of money that we needed for an alternator and a computer, and didn't have to worry about dipping into our vacation money or into any, or into our savings or anything like that. And so that was actually kind of cool. And I got some neighbors playing on over here. Do you see that? I kept like watching them while I was talking to you. Like, I want to see what they're doing. I swear it's the ADD in me. I can't not pay attention to what everyone's doing around me. Do you guys have anybody else have that problem? I'm constantly like, wait, what's going on? What's going on? Like, I am like watching like the leaves fall from the tree while I'm talking to you guys, because it's like I have to like be aware of everything going on. And here they go. One thing that is absolutely important is don't even try to keep up with the Joneses. Example I have for you is we had some friends who moved into a brand new development, and so everyone's house was new. Anyways, their next door neighbors had a very nice house. They actually had the same house, but it was nicer in the inside. They had a really nice backyard. They had a really nice car. Well, and I'm going to call them the Joneses. Well, my friends felt like they needed to keep up with the Joneses. So therefore what they did was they got a second mortgage on their house, pulled all the money out of their house, because at that time housing prices were going up, and they bought that house at a low price. So they took out all the money out of their house and then spent it on getting a really nice backyard and a really nice car. The Joneses would have great Christmas lights, so my friends would have to have great Christmas lights. The Joneses had a great interior, and it was painted and beautiful, so my friends had to do the same thing. Within a couple years, the housing market crashed. Like, crashed. The cost of their house had gone down much further than the price they had paid for it. And so they were stuck at this house that was worth about $100,000 less than what they had taken out of it. Does that make sense? And that left them in a pretty hurtful position. And the problem being with the Joneses and with my friends is the fact that the Joneses could afford it. My friends couldn't. I was really good friends, and we talk about things, and I don't think they were able to afford keeping up with the Joneses. A lot of people think that being rich means just having money and having that Porsche and having that really nice car with the really nice interior, with the really nice pool, with the really nice backyard and the beautiful dog and all the great clothing that are on your kids or on yourself. And that is not true. To be rich is to live within your means. To be rich is to know that when that rainy day comes and your car breaks down, you got money. Being rich is having that saving so that every now and then when you want to splurge, or you've been saving up to get that huge TV, or you're saving up to get that beautiful ring that you wanted, or that you want to give someone, that you have it there. That is what being rich is. Being rich is not spending money that you're earning, or spending money that you're not earning, that you're putting on credit to have what looks like a life of being rich. And to go back to the attitude of gratitude, just be grateful for what you have. I drive a 1997 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Welcome. The floors are dirty, the heat doesn't work, but you know what? I love my car. And you know what? It takes me from point A to point B. That's all I need my car to do. Some people don't even have a car. Some people are pedaling on their bikes out here in this freezing cold weather. And I am grateful that I have a car that will quickly take me from one place to another. Sure, I might freeze a little bit. Oh well. Another little rule, and this is something that I do personally. Like if I'm at a store and I really want these beautiful shoes, I will hold on to them and then walk around the store some more to look at other items. And like let it process me having these shoes. And about 90% of the time I end up just putting the shoes back, because I sit there and go, you know what, I've got shoes. And I've got another pair of shoes. and they work fine and they are in pretty good condition. And maybe by the time that they are worn out and I need new shoes, these shoes will be on sale. Because if you really want that really expensive item that you're not sure if you can afford, or you can afford it, but you're not sure if you want to put that money into it, it's to give it a couple days and really think about it. Do I really want that? Do I really need it? How much does it benefit me to have it? Can I live without it? So those are just some helpful tips and tricks on how to live within your means and how to save money, and to remember that being rich is living within your means and being wise about your money. So that's it for now. Come follow me on my blog, thetypewoman.blogspot.com. I also am on Facebook and on Instagram and on Google Plus and on Twitter. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to follow me, please subscribe. And y'all have a good day, and I'll catch you on the flip. Bye.